Good day everyone, especially to you ma'am. This is our report about the Republic Act number 10648, an act providing scholarship grants to top graduate student of all public schools in state university and colleges and appropriating funds. Ang Republic Act number 10648, also known as Scholar ng Bayan, so mao ni siya ang act nga gi-declared sa ato ang nasod nga nagprotect sa mga estudyante, labi na katong mga unprivileged student nga apiki sila sa nila sa assistance inigpatong sa college nila. Kani nga scholar is sa maghatag ni sa og financial, labi na kato sa mga student nga gikan pag niya senior high school nga top student sila, kani sila mo pwede makasulod ani nga scholar. This act shall be known as the Scholar ng Bayan Act of 2014. This is the declared policy of the state to protect and promote the right of all citizens to quality and accessible education at all levels, to establish and maintain the financial assistance system that shall be available to deserving students, especially the unprivileged. For this purpose, the government shall democratize access to higher education by institutionalizing a college scholarship program to be named as the Scholar ng Bayan program for top graduates of public high school in the country, subject to the academic standard application and admission policies and such other reasonable rules and regulation of the State University College. Definition of terms. This act providing scholarship grants to top graduate students of all public high school in the university and college and appropriate funds. The allocation of government funds for the provision of the scholar grants, also referred to a socio-economic status. It is measure of a person's or family economic and social position in relation to others. It's typically based on factors like income, education, and occupation. So, ang gibasihan po ani nga scholar ng bayan kay ang kuan pod kana maka-apply pod ani katod yung mga walang-wala pod kay mao ni say purpose para ang mga estudyante nga katong piga sa financial, then naabot sila maayo nga pangutok, maka kuan pod sila padayon sila og eskwela, makabot nila ilang mga ambition ba kay dire libre naman sila tanan gud na may financial mohatag man ang government.
Go.
Public high school refers to all public secondary school which are the government funded and operated by the DepEd and all other government agencies and instrumentalities. Rank refers to the relatives, position, and classification of student in the batch of graduates of public high school based on his scholar. So, scholars refers to an individual who have been awarded a scholarship when some is referred to as scholar in the context of scholarship. It means that they have received financial assistance to support their education. Scholarship grants financial assistance provide top graduates of all public high school for their education, state university. So giingon na og ganiha nga gatong mga top student sa mga nga mo graduate og senior high school sa mga junior high school is pag top sila is makuha sila to sa scholar ng bayan. Mao na tayo magpadayon, magasto nila ning abot nila sa college. Wala na sila laing himuon kundi ang ilang grado i-maintain gid nila para sila wala. Scholarship program. It is the structured initiative that provides financial assistance to individuals pursuing their education. These programs are designed to support students and covering the costs associated with the student, such as tuition fees, textbook, accommodation and other educational expenses. So mo ni say katolage scholar na say kana murag refund bitaw kana sa magasto nimo, although kanang na kay mga ginagmay nga magastuan sa imong pag-eskwela, pero agi ani nga kuan scholar agatong imong magasto mabawi gihapon sa mabalik sa nimo kay sa kani nga scholar kay kuan man kaniya kanang covered man kani nga scholar. State university and colleges refers to a higher educational institution with independent and separate governing boards established by national laws which constitute their individual charters, financed and maintained by the national government. So, top 10 student top 10 refers to the uppermost performing public high school graduates rank and determined by the DepEd, and privilege refers to individual or group who lack the advantages, opportunities, or resources that are considered necessary for decent standard of living or equal access to opportunities.
All public high school students belonging to the top 10 of graduating class based on the guidelines and criteria set by the Department of Education who will enroll in SECs as freshmen, provided that they meet the admission requirements of the SECs where they intend to enroll in. A public high school with more than 500 graduates shall be entitled to one additional scholarship slot in SECs for every 500 graduates. So the additional slots shall be given to graduates whose ranks immediately follow the top 10 students and who will enroll in SECs after meeting the admission requirements for freshmen. Admission in SUCs. Any public high school student who belongs to the top 10 bracket in the graduating class shall be entitled in the scholarship grant provided under the Act in SUC of choose upon compliance with the following conditions. The student has graduated from any public high school in the country within 2 years prior to the academic year being applied for in the SUC. Second, the student has complied with the application requirements of the SUC. Third, the student's rank is reported by the public high school principal or administrator in a certificate bearing the name of the school and its location, the number of students, the rank of the student applicant in the graduating class, and the other relevant information. And fourth, after taking the entrance examination in the chosen SEC, the student has obtained a rating which has been designated by the SEC as the minimum rating for a student to be able to qualify for the scholarship program. Limitation in the acceptance of top public high school graduates by SUC. The Act stipulates that all state universities and colleges must provide scholarship to qualified public high school graduates who have passed the entrance examination and meet the admission requirements of the SUCs. However, the SUCs have the discretion to limit the number of students admitted under this Act. This limitation is applicable if the number of eligible applicants exceeds by more than 5% the average number of first-time freshmen admitted to the SUCs in the 2 academic years prior to the applicant's entry. Support to the program. So, the following government agencies or entities shall provide support for the effective implementation of the program. First, the government agencies. This government agency shall implement the following condition. First, the CHED, or Commission on Higher Education. It is responsible for reviewing the number of graduating public high school students in each province to ensure that the state universities and colleges can accommodate the scholars. They also work with SUCs to develop a system for guiding scholars in choosing the right course and SUCs and ensures SUCs compliance with the law. Second is the DepEd. It is tasked with disseminating information about the program and conducting a census of graduating students in each province. They also identify the top 10 graduates in each public high school and provide timely reminders about the program. Third is SUCs. SUCs provide information about the program to faculty, staff, and parents. They inform CHAD of their capacity to accommodate program applicants, provide a summer bridge program for scholars who don't meet the academic admission requirements, and ensure full assistance to the scholars. Local government units or LGUs. LGUs are encouraged to create their own scholarship programs. They may assist in identifying eligible students, providing local resources, and coordinating with the SUCs and other relevant entities. The Department of Labor and Employment, or DOLE, is encouraged to submit an annual report to the SUCs in their respective province or region containing projections on employment opportunities and job openings. Next is Private Higher Education Institutions or PHIA. PHIA are encouraged to create their own version of the program. And next is Private Corporations. So private corporations are encouraged to support the program under their corporate social responsibility projects. So these two private agencies, they may contribute through various means, such as offering additional scholarships, opportunities, providing job opportunities for the scholars, or offering resources to enhance the program's effectiveness. Limitations of the program. So the scholarship grant provided under this act shall be limited to the full amount of tuition and other school fees for the first year of college. Thereafter, the student beneficiary shall be covered by the regular student financial assistance and scholarship programs of the CHED, if qualified, subject to the guidelines that the CHED may provide. This limitation ensures that the scholarship grant is used effectively and that students continue to strive for academic excellence to qualify for other financial aid programs. Appropriations. So the amount necessary to carry out the provisions of this act shall be included in the budget of CHED or the concerned SECs in the Annual General Appropriations Act, which outlines the budget for the government's various programs and initiatives. By including the necessary funding in the budget, the government ensures that the resources required to carry out the provisions of this act are available and accessible. This allows for the effective implementation of the program and the support of qualified public high school graduates in pursuing their higher education. Implementing rules and regulation. It will collaborate with relevant stakeholders in higher education to develop the rules and regulation necessary for the effective implementation of this act. These rules and regulation will be issued within 60 days. So the purpose of this is to provide clear guidelines and procedures for the implementation of the program, ensuring consistency and fairness in the application process, selection criteria, and other important aspects. So these rules and regulation will serve as a roadmap for the successful execution of the program, enabling a smooth and efficient implementation process that aligns with the objectives of the Act. Separability clause. So this clause ensures that the overall intent and purpose of the Act can still be upheld even if certain parts are found to be invalid. It allows the remaining provisions to continue to be implemented and enforced, providing continuity and preserving the effectiveness of the Act as a whole. Repealing clause. This means that any previous legislation or regulations that conflict with the requirements or provisions of this Act will no longer be in effect or will be adjusted to align with the new law. The purpose of this clause is to ensure that there is consistency and coherence in the legal framework surrounding the program and that any conflicting or outdated provisions are removed or updated to reflect the current legislation. Effectivity clause. This act shall take 15 days from its publication in the official gazette or in last two newspapers of general circulation.